Well, guys, how's it going today or this evening? Considering the trees or the sun is at the tree lines now. So, yeah. So I just got done working on that thing in here some more. Just got done working on the farm wall again. A little farm wall A. And I don't think it's going to be good news. I don't think it's going to turn out very well. I should have taken a picture, I guess, before, but I took a picture after. I cleaned everything. Oh yeah, that's going to have to cure for tonight. This is another no trespassing sign holder thing that I'm painting. That should be done by tomorrow, hopefully. So, but yeah. So, it'd be cylinder number 2 when you're looking at it from the front of the tractor. Cylinder number 2 and then cylinder number 3. Number 3 is okay, but number 3's got an iffy mark on it. It's more on the cylinder wall. There's like this little line, skinny little line coming down it, like it's been dripping water and rust for a number of years. So, but it doesn't look like it's really affected the cylinder in any way. I think if you could somehow get it off, you probably would be okay with that cylinder. But cylinder number 2, I don't know. It's not looking great. I'm kind of bummed out about it because I don't think I can save it. I heated it up a little bit with the torch. I didn't want to go crazy hot, but obviously with that little propane torch I have, I don't think I'm ever going to get the thing like cherry red, and you probably don't want to do that anyway, especially to a piston. But I got it hot enough that there was steam coming out, which it didn't take long to get steam to roll out of the holes. But the sidewalls in the piston are just, they're caked with rust and some other type of goopy crap. I'm not really sure. I think it's all just chunks of rust and metal, or how it's getting in, I don't know. And then when I removed all my liquid that I put in that cylinder, once I got all that out, at the very bottom, there was just a mountain pile of debris. Again, it sounds like metal, but I don't know where the hell it would be coming from. Could be coming from the muffler when the muffler was so freaking shot, and then sitting all these years. It did have a can on the pipe because it never had a rain cap, but it always sat in a building when it wasn't being ran. And then we even put a rain cap on top, or we put a can on top too. So, but looking at how that valve is so badly damaged from, I guess, just years of heat and abuse and whatever else, I think it cracked the gasket, because it has 4 holes in it where you bolt that thing onto your exhaust pipe. Or to your header. Well, see, one of those bolts, or one of the ears, is broken, and nobody ever bothered to, put some kind of a glue on it or something to keep the rain from getting in. So I'm thinking over the years, since the building had a roof, the roof was leaking in it. It just kind of happened to blow in at a funny angle, of course, and then somehow get to that. Even though, because it wouldn't make sense, but this is the only way I can explain it. Because the exhaust side of the tractor would be in direct line fire of that. Okay, had to think about that for a second. So yeah, so the exhaust pipe would be in direct fire of that rain, because the exhaust is on the left side, or the driver's side of the tractor. I forgot about that. So yeah, rain could easily have worked its way on top of that valve where it was cracked. But why it's only picking on number cylinder number 2, I don't know, unless that's just the way it was. I don't know. But then again, the tractor fell through the floor, or the front end of it did anyway. So again, that could have drove rain to go to cylinder number 2 instead of cylinder. I mean, maybe it was working its way through cylinder number 3, but then it fell through the floor because the floor got so rotted out that it couldn't support the weight of the tractor anymore, and then it just caved in. And then it sat like that for many years, and then it worked its way into cylinder number 2 instead of cylinder number 1. But I cleaned it out the best I could and got it looking, pretty good. Like, you could almost fire. It's clean enough that you probably could fire it up and run it the way it is. But since I removed all the gunk, I don't even know. I doubt that gunk is what was stopping my stuff from leaking through. I think it could have leaked through just fine, because some of them were pretty big chunks. So, it's not going to be 100% tight, So some of my stuff had to make it through there. But if it was enough, I don't know. I'd highly doubt it. And then that cylinder might just be screwed. So it might be getting a new heart at some point. I don't know. I don't know if I can really bring that cylinder back around enough to where it doesn't score the shit out of the walls either, because usually metal will not get soft. Even if you put liquid on it, it's not going to get soft. It's just going to get kind of wet. So, and probably start rusting. So the only way it's going to melt is if you get it to like 2300 degrees at the point when metal starts to melt. So, but I don't know. I heated up the sidewall in the cylinder, right there where the crack is at, for the piston stuff, where the piston sits up against the wall. I heated all that up together, got it really hot, and it got hot to the point where steam was starting to roll out the holes, So, heat was getting to it, but heat, I guess, just wasn't enough to expand it enough to crack the rust. And then, but even if it did crack it, what good is it going to do? Because, how would you get the rust off the cylinder? I mean, it might come off with time, but it could be damaging the sidewalls as well. So I don't really know. I was thinking maybe of heating it up the hottest I could ever get it. Grabbing the sledgehammer and a big piece of pipe. Or probably should grab you could grab some wood pipe. Wouldn't do really any good either, and just trying to see if maybe I could, whack it really hard. But then I figured, dude, that might actually crack the piston too. I don't know. If you crack the piston, well, then it's junk. I mean, I don't know if you could even send that engine to have it rebuilt, and if it would even be worth rebuilding. You might just be better off finding a reman, which usually reman engines are basically brand new engines because they've been rebuilt. The ones that are salvageable have been rebuilt. Even if this engine was rebuildable, that's not something I could do. So it'd really only be cylinder number 2 that would have to get completely rebuilt. I think all the rest of them they look pretty good. Like I said, cylinder number 3 is a little bit on the iffy side, but I think you could sand that rust down off the sidewall, because it's just a skinny little line, and then you probably could just get it right down to basically nothing. That would probably take care of that problem. I don't think that cylinder's not froze because it never held my liquid. When I put it in, it leaked through slowly. So all the cylinders are free except cylinder number 2, and that's the one that's been causing me problems. And it just looks like the rain has been getting in. How, I don't know, because again, I had the can on the pipe and had the hood on, and it was somewhat under protection. But I don't know. It's really a question, you know, if... Okay, here come the geese. You guys know when to cock over a program. Holy shit, look at all them coming. Oh yeah, they're nice and super low. Oh yeah. For how low they were, I think they must have just come off the river. They're pretty low. I've never seen them fly that low unless they're coming off the river, so. But, yeah, I think that's our best bet. Unfortunately, this would be its second heart that it would have gotten, because the first heart, no, this would be its, how do you even look at that? This is a second engine that it's had, because the first original one took a shit, so they put this one in. So this one's also, I think, taking a shit. So this would be what it's... Technically, it'd probably be its third engine, I guess, because you got to count the first engine, the original one. So 1, 2, and then if we have to get a new one, that's number 3. So, you know... Yeah, it kind of hurts the gut, because if I can't salvage that engine, it's game over for that tractor until, I guess, until we find a remand, or we could probably find a parts tractor, but I don't know. See, the thing is, I wanted to get that tractor running and then reuse the cutter that was on it. I mean, you can get pull types, but this one's actually mounted on the side of the tractor, and you could, you know, take the cutter off and then just use the tractor as a tractor. So, but, you know, to transfer all that shit over to the other tractor, it'd be a hell of a job, but, I mean, I guess you could do it, but it's going to be one hell of a job. I mean... I don't know. So, I don't really know what to do. And even if you did find a reman engine for, who knows what the transmission's like. You know, I think the transmission's all right, but who knows? You know, so. But well, the rear end leaks a little bit, but I mean, I guess you could take it in somewhere and have new seals put in it, and it'd be fine again. But when do you call it enough is enough, and do you just go find another tractor and you just take all that shit off that? Just use that one as a parts tractor, then. It would hurt because that's my great-grandparents' tractor, so it would kind of hurt to be ripping that thing apart just for a parts machine, but what are you going to do? So, and that tractor's got wheel weights on it, too. It doesn't have any front wheel weights, but it's got rear weights. Again, I guess you could just transfer them over to the other tractor, too, if it's got the same style of rim, but again, you don't know if it's got the same style of rim, because I imagine they all had different... I imagine you could get different rim sizes for these tractors. I don't really know, but... Yeah, I don't know. So... It would, may not be savable. I guess she wants to die, I guess. I don't know. I guess she figured that's the way to do it, because she knows that I don't really have the means of, you know... I mean, even if we did get another engine for it, we don't even have the jack stands to be supporting that tractor to... You know, and then we don't really have a building. You know, we would have to use the shop, because this is the only building that's got a concrete floor. You know, of course, the concrete's all cracked to shit, too, but at least it's you know, level enough that you could probably do it. But, you know, I got Big Red in here. All my other bullshit's in here. You know, so... And I imagine the original engine can't be rebuilt, because they've never put a can on the pipe So I imagine water's just been pouring into that tractor too, or that engine. Of course, it doesn't show it on the dipstick, but you know, I'm sure it's I'm sure that it's chooched as well. But I don't know. Even if I could find a reman engine, it'd probably be expensive to get one trucked up here. The engine alone is probably going to be $1,000. Never mind, probably another $1,000 for shipping just to get it here. So, but I don't know. What do you do? You know, so I'm just not really sure. So I wouldn't mind another. If I was to get another, I mean, I would like another. You know, if I can't fix this one, well, then obviously I would like to get another. You know, Model A Cultivision, which you can find them out there, but you got to find something that would be reasonable. You know, good enough to run. And I guess just transfer all that fucking mower crap over to the other one. I guess that's really all you could do. But I wouldn't mind finding either another Farmall 400 or a 450 diesel. If it had a 3-point hitch, it would be even better because I could put a brush hog on the back and maintain the trails with that. That's kind of another thing I wanted to do with the Farmall A was maybe someday find a little brush hog that I could hook on the back and run it off the PTO, you know, and then just brush hog the trail with that because it's perfect for that. The 400 that we have is not perfect for that because it's got a loader on it. So if you found another one, another Farmall A or a 400 or a 450 diesel, then you could put a brush hog on that and it wouldn't be a big deal. And there was somebody really close to home. They were selling a Farmall. I think it was an H. It was either an H or an M or a Super H or Super M. It was one of those models. It was only about, they only wanted like $3,000 for it. It was a pretty good tractor, and then they said if you want the loader that goes on it, then it'd be like another $1,000 or something for the loader. So, but I think I'd probably go without the loader because I want a tractor without a loader. But then I also kind of wouldn't mind having one with a loader, so I can kind of do what I want with it, you know. So I don't know. So, but I don't know. It's an unfortunate thing, but I don't think we can save this tractor. The only way we could save it is we'd have to put a new heart in it. So, and even then, I don't know. I mean, you can do it then. I mean, you could get it fixed up and running and do what you got to do, but, you know, sometimes when you get remanned engines, they like to repaint the engines, and the engines look brand new. Well, it's going to look a little odd in a tractor that's full of rust. I mean, there's no paint left on this tractor besides under the hood. So, it's all just rust. The paint has burned off and just turned to rust. So, there's nothing left of it. So, but, I don't know. But I mean, it was my great grandparents' tractor, so that's why I want to try to save it, because I want to drive it and enjoy it. You know, I only got to drive it probably once or twice when I was just a little kid, and I don't hardly even remember that, but I do a little bit. But I don't remember what it sounds like or anything like that. Even though you can look it up on YouTube and watch other Farmalls run, and they basically would sound the same. But you know, each tractor has their own special sound. You know, and they all sound different. You just got to have good ears to hear the difference. So, but it's a special tractor, so that's why I wanted to, you know, get it running. The same thing with the grain truck. Okay, the grain truck's running, and yeah, it needs a lot of work as well. But, you know, I don't know. Do I just say to hell with it and just focus on the grain truck for the next few years, or I mean, well, the grain truck's always going to be a project, but it's always going to be a project kind of pushed off to the side a little bit. Like it needs new tires right now, but I'm not doing it because he couldn't find the right ones. So I found them online, but they're $190 a piece. So, I mean, maybe next year it'll get the steer tires. I don't know, because this thing is always being a cunt and always breaking down, and it's got to get sent in. It's got to get sent in for ball joints, whatever the fuck else. So it'll probably be late July when I send it in. Probably like the last week of July, probably. I don't really even know, but I'm guessing somewhere around in there. But just because when August rolls around, I'm not really going to need it all that much. So, you know, but you probably will notice this, though. I think I said it. I said it in the previous video too that I'm working on right now. But I'm the GMRS antenna's gone. It's actually right here. So there it is right there. So I'm switching back over to CBs. Obviously, I just got done ordering a couple of 5-foot antennas. I ordered, I guess they had that same mount. This is just a flat bar mount, but this is for GMRS antennas, and then theirs is just for CBs because it's a different size hole. Well, they sell that same flat bar, so I ordered another one of those, and I'm just going to put an antenna on here, and then get another Cobra radio for Big Red. Big Red's original radio is now in the 1586, which I got an antenna coming for that as well. So I got 2 antennas, two coax cables coming, and then that mount for the back of Big Red. So, yeah, just because I can get a CB radio put in these things for a lot less, and I guess I just like CBs and I don't want to get rid of them, I guess. Of course, I suppose I got a base station, got a deer in the backyard, and that's pretty much already wired up and ready to go. So it'd be a pain in the ass to have to reroute wiring again, but I guess whatever. So, but yeah, unfortunately, what are you gonna do? But not really even sure. I mean, I know I could get a used engine from Allstate Ag, because I think I've seen on their website they have a few Farmall A's, and it doesn't have to be an A or Super A or, you know, A Cultivision. It can be really any one, because they all have the same engine. There is no damn difference really between all three, so, or four, or whatever. Cultivision, regular A, Super A. I think that's 3. Cultivision, regular, Super. So it's just 3. Unless I'm missing one, but so, but yeah. I don't know. You could pull an engine out of that. I could talk to Allstate Ag, you know, and they could probably get one trucked up here, but it would have to be one that's already free and running. They would have to just easily just put a crank in and turn it, and if it spins, it's good. So, but, and they can truck it up here, but I have no really of unloading it because I don't have a skid steer with pallet forks. So you can see where that would be a problem. So, but I don't know, guys. It might just be a tractor that I guess just push them to the weeds for a while. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Because it's not going to get a new engine anytime soon. There's about a 90% chance that it's not going to happen. Unless there's somebody around here that's willing to get rid of their Farmall A and it's running perfectly fine. But yet maybe the transmission took a shit, you know, and they want to give it away for free. Then we could probably take it and take the engine out of that and stick it in ours. And we're basically to that point now where we could, you know, but we don't have jack stands to support the weight of that tractor. We would either have to try to find some or make our own. And then it would have to come here in the shop because we need concrete to do it, because you can't put jack stands on ground because it would just sink into the earth. So we'd have to drag it here, put it in, take the heart out, put the new heart in, and then bolt it all back together. And then from there, put all the other stuff back on it, you know. So, And if you're going that goddamn far, you might as well just convert it then and go to 12 volt instead of 6 volt. I mean, because the wiring on that's kind of a joke too. So the wiring on the grain truck's even worse. There's a lot of wires that are going to actually have to be replaced because the inside of the wire is actually showing. So, but whatever. So we're going for a ride. Anyways, guys, I guess I'm taking off. It's pretty much a sad story. I don't think I can save it. I don't think she's savable. The only way you could probably do it is you'd have to get a reman engine for it. I don't think there's any way of saving this engine. And maybe I'll try it a couple more times, but I don't think it's going to be savable. So, and here come the deer. They're looking for dinner. Look at them running. They're running like mad. They want food. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. That's just the way it's going to be. Someplace, I guess we're just going to have to get a reman for it, but that's going to be a big freaking job. It's not going to happen this year, unfortunately, but I guess, I'll keep trying every now and then. Maybe I'll, throw some heat to it and curse at it. Maybe it'll break free, but it may be too late. Because even if you did break it free, that rust might score the shit out of the sidewalls. So, but I don't know. I guess only time will tell, guys. But other than that, she's dead. So I don't think there's no saving this heart. We're gonna have to give her heart transplant, I guess. So either try to find another used engine or try to find a rebuilt, brand new, spanking new engine. So, all right, guys, I guess I'm gonna take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.